Welcome to Swimming with Sepsey, where we break down various life topics, bring on inspirational guests to talk about their lives, their experiences, and encourage you to swim through your own inner thoughts, emotions, and feelings to inspire a change within you that will hopefully lead to an outer change in your own personal reality. I ask that throughout this episode and all future episodes that you come with an open mind, an open heart, and a willingness to look at yourself in a different way and to look at the world in a different way. I'm grateful for each and every one of you that is tuned in this current moment, and I look forward to sharing many more moments with you. And with that, let's dive on in. All right, welcome to Swimming with Sepsey with your host, Joshua Sepsey. That would be me. Today's topic actually was sprouted from a bath. Of all things. So we're going to be talking about the new moon and water and baths. Beautiful salt baths, that is. It was brought on by, it was just a long day, and actually I didn't know that it was a new moon at the time. I did not recall. It was one of those days I was just kind of going about my day. I had a rough day. I was driving everywhere trying to do something with Costco and a bed I was getting at the time, and needed to go fill up my water jugs at Sprouts. And I went in there, and one of the first, as soon as I got in there, I was already disgruntled, and I just heard, you need a bath. You need a bath, like a deep bath. And I don't take baths often. So for those that take baths often, I give you high praises because they are absolutely beautiful. Sometimes life-changing. This might have been one of those that was like, maybe not life-changing, like $1 million life-changing, but perspective-changing, I guess is a good way to put it. I heard it's just, boom, came in out of nowhere, you need a bath. I was like, all right, well, what do I need? Tell me what to get. And so I got this one bath blend. Also, little tip, if you're taking baths and you're using salts, don't just use Epsom salt. Get a blend of 3 different salts: Himalayan salts, Celtic sea salt. You can still use Epsom salt, a little bit of magnesium, and then a little bit of clays or some things like that to kind of moisturize if you're, one that's got dry skin. But I didn't go that far. I just got a blend of bags, a bag of blended salts with with some oils in there, some essential oils. They had like sandalwood and some of those. And I got an additional one. I got some rosemary as an additional essential oil up in there. It's kind of what I was called to. Rosemary is just, I don't know, I love the smell. I think it sparks something in me, my soul. Some past life, I used a lot of rosemary because I have the smell of rosemary and immediately I'm centered, grounded, just feel earthed and open. And so I got some rosemary. And it was funny, I was in Sprouts and I'm looking around and they have the wine section, like the start of the wine section, that is, if you've ever been to Sprouts, right across from where all the aromatherapy, like candles, incense, bath salts. So it's the perfect combination. If you're sitting there, you're like, wow, I really need a bath. You just turn around and say, wow, I could really use some wine too. So nice little marketing tidbit. I thought that was funny when I noticed that. So I got my baths, not knowing that it's a new moon. So this is all out of hindsight. I get my stuff and I'm ready to go. And on my way home, my ego, a part of me was like, you're not going to take this bath. Come on. When's the last time you really took a bath? You haven't taken a bath in forever. What's a bath going to do? Bath's not going to change. What do you mean you need to take a bath? What are you talking about? Ego, stubborn mind, like, psh. So then I decided to follow that, and it ended up, I got Taco Bell. Comfort food. Delicious. If you don't want to know my order, 2 Chipotle Ranch Chicken Grilled Cheese Burritos. Sometimes a cheesy gordita crunch. Maybe a Baja Blast sometimes. Can't go wrong with a Baja Blast. But I'm trying to stick to water. Cut out my soda intake. So I did that. So part of me followed what I was hearing to do. A part of me immediately went to, what do I always do? Comfort food. As a Libra, gotta have balance, I guess. I don't know how balanced that is, but so I did that. I came back and I pigged out on my Taco Bell. Had the Taco Bell. Watched some New Girl. Kicked it for a couple hours. Didn't think I was gonna actually take the bath. And then it hit me. I heard it again. You need to take this bath. So whenever I do anything like this, I don't do it half-assed. I go all out. But I was looking at it, and then I looked at my phone, and this is when I finally saw, okay, it's a new moon. I was like, oh, it started connecting. Okay, here we got to make some new intentional changes. That's what the new moon is for. It's for starting a brand new cycle. It's for allowing you to move with your mind and the emotional aspects of bringing in something new into your world. Full moon is completely different. We'll do a whole nother one on a full moon when it gets to that point. But right now, we're in new moon season. So I was like, okay, I hear you loud and clear. So immediately kicked off the TV and turned on some heart healing music. I just felt that's what I needed at the time. If you're in need of something different, find a different frequency to play. There's, you can play one for the throat chakra if you really need to open up the throat, which is a great one for taking a bath with. You can play sacral frequencies, different frequencies for each chakra along the body. I knew I needed a heart healing, especially after getting that Taco Bell for comfort. It was a big self-care, self-love, just being back to who you are, kind of rebirthing into self. We're going to go on a new venture. So I started blasting that through my entire apartment. Almost kind of felt bad for my neighbors, but I didn't even care. I was like, you guys are going to get some benefits out of this, whether you like it or not. So I started blasting that. And got the vibe in the entire apartment going. Just let it resonate through the whole place. At that same time as when I turned off all the lights and lit some candles in the living room and the bathroom. And then I started the bath. And this is one thing we'll go over. Like when we're talking about these things and kind of doing something for the new moon, or doing anything for that matter, intention. What is your intention? What are you intending to have happen to you during this session, during this meditation, this workout, this ritual, a job, anything you do, driving somewhere? What is your intention? So my intention was deep heart healing. Deep connectivity back to self, to the soul, opening it up, being trustful, being full of trust and opening up to the guides and the things that I hear to move things forward. So that was, in everything I did, that was the thought I had. And that's kind of how you do it. In alchemy, they talk about, well, even in anything, you know, um, scientists are not saying you have, the intention or the thoughts of the people that are observing the practice have an outcome, or not an outcome, have an effect on the outcome of what's about to happen. So this focus, it's like a direct focused intention of the energy. This is what I want to have. So I'm playing the heart healing music I'm lighting the candles as I'm saying what I want to have happen to me. I'm starting the water. I'm putting the salts in with the same energy of allow this to open up my heart. Allow this to show me and connect me deeper with my soul and move me in a way because I feel so stuck. Allow this to deepen the trust and to deepen the love and the worth that I have for myself. And so I'm saying that with each in my internal head as I'm, letting the water run and placing the salts in there and placing the oils. And then burnt some sage right after, kind of hold everything in. And that was about the time where I knew it was just going to be like, God, as soon as I get in this bath, I'm going to cry like a baby. You could feel the energy in the entire place was just like, it wasn't heavy. It was like, I was excited to do it, but a part of me didn't want to, right? I was this weird dichotomy because I got my feet in there. And then as I went to go sit down, I just sat in the fetal position and cried. All the scents, the oils, I literally cried like a baby, probably wailed. And again, I feel for my neighbors. I just had some tacos, so I apologize. But just wailed like a baby and released everything into the water. Just let it all go and let the sounds. And as soon as I finished crying, I laid back and relaxed. And immediately I could feel the tension in the body release. My thoughts, my mind went from, you don't have enough, what are you going to do to make rent or to take care of your cat or, to start the business, all these just different thoughts, how are you going to bring clients in, or, how are you going to help people? Are you really going to be able to do this? And, all those thoughts, they're just circumventing throughout my mind. Are you even worth this? Are you worthy of this? Are you capable of doing this? I don't think you are. And all these things, there's no way. How's it going to happen? There's, all these things. Because I had let my ego drive me for so long, I wouldn't say so long, but to a point where they had to come in loud and clear with take this bath because of how much I was just allowing the ego to run things. And I get it. We all fall victim to it. Most of us. So I was sitting in those energies prior to, and then as soon as I had laid back and after I cried, everything switched from I am powerful. I am deeply loved. I love everything about who I am. I'm grateful for everything that I've been through. I am abundant. I can manifest abundance. I'm always manifesting abundance. Everything I need comes to me when I ask for it. I am capable of giving unconditional love to all those around me, allowing everybody to feel comfortable and safe. And I am this. I am creating this energy for those to be open with themselves and create that circle and that space. So this intention that I had set throughout the entire time I was creating this space for myself allowed all of it to seep into the water. And one thing I love about water, and we'll talk a little bit about this too, is the fact that it retains memory. So having that energy, those thoughts, that energy is flowing out of me into the water, as I'm speaking it through. And the reason why I did it last was because I wanted the entire energy to be reverberating throughout the house already, or the apartment already. Have the fire fuel that passion, fuel that intention, burning the candles, and then I let the water come out. Because then that's soaking up all the energy outside of the apartment and outside of where it's going on. And I had been so focused on that it just seeped right in there and then seeped into me and took everything else out. The salts pulled everything out, and then the water pulled everything in. And it's a very powerful thing, especially doing it on a new moon, because, come on. I mean, we all know the moon runs the tides. And we are 70% water. So if the moon can move the ocean, the moon's going to have an effect on the internal water of your body. So keeping yourself hydrated is a big thing. And keeping yourself in the same cycle of the moon with your mind, because the moon is the mind, right? The moon is the mind. The moon is your emotional energy. Anything you read about, the moon's going to be your emotions, how you flow, how you move, your mind. It's the way it works, your thoughts, the process. So if you really want to spark something new, a change, you do it on a new moon. And then you make the small actions throughout the time until the full moon. And you look back at things that you want to let go of in that time frame. And then on the full moon, you release all those things that you noticed from those 14 days from the new moon to the full moon. You release those things that no longer serve you in that time frame on the full moon. And then you allow yourself to notice yourself for the next 14 days. What do I want to create next? And you follow those things. And then on the next new moon, you find the same thing. So the new moon and full moon are just beautiful, beautiful energies. We'll go to eclipses on a different time, since I know there's one coming up here soon. But the intention is really key in doing any sort of new moon ritual. And I highly encourage you to add water to your new moon ritual. Get the frequency, get all the elements invited into anything that you do. Find the water, find the fire, find the earth, find the air, and then find the ether. Right? Find the spirit. You gotta have them all entangled together to really start making these rituals make lasting changes. And I don't like to call it a ritual because maybe you don't do it all the time. But what should we call it? Instead of a ritual, a practice. Thank you. Because ritual sounds just so witchy-ish, right? And like seance-y. Some people hear the word ritual and it's like, ritual. I mean, the people have they call them morning routines. What's the hell is the difference between me doing a small little ritual and a morning routine? Nothing. The word. But a practice. I like that because practicing is what we're doing in life. We practice every day. We practice life. We practice living. We practice being with ourselves. We practice at our work, at our jobs, doing things better. We practice going for runs, doing workouts. We practice ourselves. We practice our bodies. Everything is a practice. What you decide to practice will determine the outcome of the kind of life that you want, that you are going to live. So by having these little practices incorporated into your life, these little things that you do every 14 days, new moon, full moon ritual, then you start to create change internally and externally. And you're moving with the energy of the planets, the bigger things in the sky. I'm going to end it there. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you all. The next new moon is actually on my birthday. Heck yeah. Nice. All right. Sending you all unconditional love and light. Thank you for tuning in. catch us in 2 weeks for our brand new episode 2, where we go into a very favorite topic of mine. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Swimming with Sepsey. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and follow us on our YouTube channel, or listen on all platforms or wherever you get your podcasts. Any support is greatly appreciated. You can find us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/swimmingwithsepsey. You can also follow us on Instagram at swimmingwithsepsey. And if something did arise today, maybe you need some clarification or want some help or just need some guidance and don't know where to go, feel free to reach out to me via email, swimmingwithsepsey@gmail.com, or you can find my website at solelyliving.com, where I offer coaching packages, readings, and things of that nature. Again, thank you for tuning in. Very grateful. Namaste. And we'll find you on the next episode of Swimming with Sepsey.